Moving on, and Lebanon's caretaker prime minister has warned that renewed fighting in a Palestinian refugee camp doesn't serve their cause and also harms the Lebanese state. Najib Mikati had talks with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas following street battles in Ain Al Helweh between rival factions. 5 people were killed and dozens injured as a ceasefire between Palestinian armed groups ended on Friday. Well, Ain Al Helweh is near the southern city of Sidon. It's the largest Palestinian refugee camp in Lebanon. Nearly 55,000 refugees are in Ain Al Helweh. It's one of 12 camps in Lebanon for Palestinian refugees, which were established back in 1948 after the creation of Israel. Rival factions have long fought for control in the densely populated camp. An agreement dating back to 1969 prevents the Lebanese army from going into the camp in order to restore law and order. Well, let's speak to Zeina Khodr. She's near Ain Al Helweh for us. Zeina, there have been multiple incidents there in the last few days. Talk us through what's behind this rise in tension.
Well, outbreaks of violence are not uncommon. We've seen this time and time again in recent years. There's lawlessness in the camp. Palestinian factions are armed. A lot of criminals wanted by the Lebanese state hide in Ain Al Helweh. As you mentioned, the Lebanese army is not allowed to operate inside the camp. The security affairs is run by a joint Palestinian faction. But the latest outbreak of violence was sparked about a month ago when a senior commander of the Palestinian Fatah movement was assassinated. Now, Fatah believes he was assassinated by a group known as the Muslim Youth, a number of armed groups, and they are demanding that 8 suspects be handed over to the Lebanese judiciary in order to face justice. The Muslim Youth is refusing to do that, and that's why there was a truce for approximately a few weeks while investigations were underway. But now it seems there is a decision for an all-out confrontation. What we understand from Fatah officials is that they will not back down. They are accusing the Muslim youth of trying to take control of the camp. Right now, Fatah is the dominant faction, so they're accusing the Muslim youth of trying to push them out and take control of the camp. They're saying this will not happen. You can hear the sound of gunfire. Clashes have been fierce over the past 3 days.
Zeina, we know amid these clashes, some people have fled the camp. Do we know how they're doing?
Well, yes, we are at one of the entrances of the camp, and I'm sure you're seeing behind me a steady stream of Palestinian refugees making their way out. They tell us they're tired. They can no longer stay inside, first of all, because of the fighting, bomb shells, machine gun fire, sniper fire. They're being fired indiscriminately and landing in people's homes. There have been people who have been wounded. So they're making their way out, but they don't know what to do. These are poor people. 90% of Palestinian refugees live in poverty. If they do not work today, they cannot put food on the table. And there's still not enough places for them to go. There are a number of schools that are, and a mosque that are being opened, but still not enough to house all these people. And yesterday there was an attempt by the Red Cross to set up tents. And the people here refused. They said, no, what are you doing? You're reminding us of 1948 when we were first displaced following the creation of the State of Israel. So they refused to live in tents because for them, when they see tents, it means that, they may never come back home to their camp, even though life inside the camp has been one of misery. These are tens of thousands of people who are now trapped inside a war zone. A woman told me that they can't find enough food. We've seen people buy bread from nearby bakeries to go back into. You can hear how fierce these clashes are. So people really trapped in a war zone.
Indeed. Our correspondent Zeina Khodr there at the entrance, one of the entrances to Ain Al Helweh camp. Thank you so much, Zeina, and do stay safe yourself.